Bonjour à tous, je m'appelle Herman, my name is Herman. Welcome back to another lesson on FrenchStatisticPeople.com. Today's lesson will be about les articles contractés, contracted articles, and we'll focus more specifically on the contracted articles made of de followed by a definite article. De means of, like this, of, followed by a definite article. So let's look at an example or a few examples of definite articles used in French sentences. The first sentence, la voiture de la vedette. La voiture de la vedette. The car of the celebrity. Next one, la voiture de l'acteur. La voiture de l'acteur. The voice of the actor. As you can see here, of the, de la, de l, L apostrophe. Next, les mains des enfants sont propres. Les mains des enfants. Literally, the hands of the, les mains des enfants sont propres. The hands of the children are clean. And finally, les exercices du prof sont difficiles. Les exercices du prof sont difficiles. The teacher's exercises are hard. Or, if we wanted to translate this one in a literal fashion, we would say, the exercises of the teacher are hard. So as you can see here, underlined, de la, de L apostrophe, des, and du, these are our contracted articles, which are made of, as we said, de followed by a definite article. However, it's not quite obvious in some cases. Here we have des. We have des. Here we have du. We don't seem to see the definite article here. It's not quite obvious, but it's actually embedded inside this word, des. So let's look at each one of these contracted articles in depth. So first of all, what's the purpose of a contracted article, at least the one using de here? The preposition de plus definite article. What's the purpose? What's the function of it? The grammatical function. What does it do? Well, it's one way, you will use those contracted articles as a way to indicate a relationship of ownership or possession. That's one of the primary functions of this type of contracted articles. Again, by using these articles, you will usually indicate a relation of ownership or possession between two things, or one person and another one, or two things basically. So let's look at the first sentence, for example, la voiture de la vedette. So the car of the celebrity. So de la here is a contracted article which shows us that the car belongs to the star, the celebrity. So la voiture, we have voiture and we have vedette. In order to establish a relationship of ownership, we use de la here. La voiture de la vedette, the car of the celebrity. So ownership and possession, that's what a definite article, a contracted article will allow you to do. La voix de l'acteur, so we have the actor's voice. So the voice belonging to the actor. In order to show the relationship of ownership between these two things, the voice and the actor, we use here a contracted article, de followed by an L apostrophe. Now, same for les mains des enfants sont propres. Whose hands? Well, the children's hands, the hands of the children. Les mains des enfants, the hands of the children. Like I said here, we also have de plus a definite article, and this definite article would be les, the in the plural form. So the hands of the children. In English, it's quite apparent. You can see of the, de les mains de les enfants, the hands of the children, les mains de les. So this stands for les, and this is de. So de and le together, contracted, would turn into, you guessed it, des. That's why we said contracted article. All right. So to establish the notion of possession or ownership, we'll use contracted articles in French. Now, how would you make those transformations? So, de là, de là, de là, de plus là, because we have here the definite article là. Well, we keep de là. Le stylo de la maîtresse, the pen of the, teacher, female teacher. So the female teacher's pen. Okay, the pen of de la maîtresse. This is how you will show ownership relationship in French. And you use la because obviously maîtresse, the female teacher, is a female, so la will have the same gender as maîtresse. So de la maîtresse. Next, le stylo du maître. Le maître is a male teacher, and we use du because du is a contracted form of de plus le. De le becomes du. So you will not say le stylo de le maître. Whenever you see de le maître like this of the teacher, but we use le this time because the teacher is male, well, you will have to contract these two and get du instead. So le stylo du maître, the pen of the teacher. Next, we have de les, les marqueurs des profs. So the teacher's markers. We have here prof, professeur. This is a professor, a teacher, in the plural form. So we want to say the markers of the teachers. Because teachers is plural, then we have to use a definite article that is plural, and this is les. So of the, de les, and les is plural. Together, it becomes des, contracted into des. And finally, we have the de L apostrophe. Well, you will use L apostrophe if you remember our lesson on definite articles. L apostrophe is either le or la, but when it precedes a noun that is a vowel, that begins with a vowel or a silent H. So here we want to say the pupil's pencil, like the pupil or student, élève, élève, élève. Élève begins with a vowel. It's un élève, so normally it's le élève, de plus le, and then élève, normally. So le crayon, the pencil of the student. But because here we have a vowel, we need to cancel this and place an apostrophe. De l'élève, le crayon de l'élève. That's what the L apostrophe stands for. And the L apostrophe will be used whenever we have a noun starting with a vowel or a silent H. So this is how you will contract those articles. Preposition and article de la remains de la, de le becomes du, de les becomes des, de L apostrophe becomes de L apostrophe. Okay? All right. So to end our lesson, we have a quiz. So let's talk about the life of, la vie de, the life of, right? La vie de, and complete the phrases with the given words. So, for example, we want to say the life of bees or the life of the bees, because remember we use the contracted article de plus definite article to show a relationship of ownership. So we want to say the bees' life, the life of bees, of the bees. So la vie des abeilles, la vie des abeilles. It's les abeilles. So we have de plus les, which becomes, remember, des. La vie des abeilles. So how about the life of the dog, the life of the students, the life of the students? So la vie de followed by this, la vie de followed by this. How would you form the contracted article based on the gender and number of this definite article here? Go ahead and write it out here and post your answers in the French lab, and we can take a look and provide you some assistance if necessary. Merci et à très bientôt. Au revoir. Bye bye.